Today we're going to be talking about 5 cringeworthy moments on the Joe Rogan Experience. Number 5. Roseanne Barr. Now everyone knows that Joe Rogan is no stranger to quarrels. Even his friends can't avoid it, and when his friends make headlines, he surely will too. In one episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan went on to defend Roseanne Barr. Barr had been recently kicked off of her show Roseanne after she tweeted some semi-racist comments. Many people couldn't believe what she had said, and this led to a lot of trouble in the comedian's life. She excused these actions by saying she was taking Ambien at the time and it messed with her judgment. Rogan's support for the comedian did not go over well with many listeners, but he kept his opinion.
I talked to her on the phone, and I believe every word she said. She told me that she was taking Ambien and that she was drunk on Memorial Day weekend.
Number 4. Black Panther. Joe Rogan always has something to say anytime an issue comes up. This issue dealt with race and the critically acclaimed Black Panther movie. Now this issue saw Rogan take on 2 sides of the movie's fan base. Both sides were seen as nearly polar opposites, but that didn't stop Rogan from commenting.
What drives me crazy about this Black Panther movie is people getting upset about this Black Panther movie. On both sides.
For one, he was upset over white people who claimed the movie was using an all-black cast just for the sake of having diversity. He went on to argue that the movie and the cast stayed true to the original comics. In another issue, he was complaining about supposed issues with the screenings where African Americans were allegedly telling white people not to come to the showings because they would ruin it with their white privilege. Needless to say, he had a lot to talk about regarding this film. Number 3. Cosmo cover. Joe Rogan will argue about anything, really. In one episode of his podcast, he decided to tackle the magazine Cosmo. Cosmo is known for putting confident women of any size, shape, or color on their cover. On one cover, plus-size model Tess Holliday was seen confidently posing. Rogan was quick to say that Cosmo could never put a normal-looking woman on their covers.
Yeah. And they were challenging beauty norms like, this is a person that's eating themselves to death.
This comment led to a huge backlash. Many people were split in debating what Rogan said was appropriate and or true. Now this, of course, was a harsh comment. Rogan stirred up a lot of heated arguments, but in typical fashion, he frankly didn't care. Number 2. Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge was known as the frontman of the famous Blink-182. What many might not know about him is that he is now a conspiracy theorist who focuses primarily on UFOs and aliens. When DeLonge was on the show, he gave an awkward interview discussing the subject.
I don't believe that some of the events happened on accident. I think that there's been a lot of events that are on purpose. Some have been for show.
He discussed a story about how a government official met up with him and talked about a finding of a life form. All of this made him sound silly, and to this day, even DeLonge's biggest fans will talk about how strange that story was. Joe Rogan's show always had some oddballs on it, but something about this episode really sticks out. Number 1. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is no stranger to headlines, but he made even more when he went onto the show, and you will see that maybe it wasn't such a smart move. In this episode, Joe Rogan was smoking a questionable herb and offered some to Musk. He accepted, and that turned into a viral meme.
The combination of tobacco and marijuana is wonderful. First turned onto it by Charlie Murphy, and then reignited by Dave Chappelle. There you go.
After the episode, Musk's company Tesla saw a drop of $9 billion in stocks. Plus, the company had to be investigated. Musk has come out and said this decision was not very wise. Yeah, well, we'd agree. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed. While you are here, go ahead and click the links above to check out some of our other awesome videos. Also,